Thanks to all from AGDQ for this fantastic event. Please keep up the incredible work. We love you all. Greetings from Germany. And with that, it looks like we are ready to kick things over to Satoryu for his run of Castlevania, the Dracula X Chronicles. Best of luck.
I'm guessing Neil Peart won the file name.
Yes, it did.
Okay, cool. N-E-I-L?
N-E-I-L, yep.
I checked that like 30 times and I'm still not sure. Okay, so this is the Dracula X Chronicles. I ran this game all the way back in AGDQ 2011. I ran the same category, in fact, not all bosses. Best ending, which involves rescuing all 4 maidens in the game. And that's all we need to know, so let's just get right into it. Timing will start when I gain control, so not here, but when I skip this cutscene here. In 3, 2, 1, go. So the prologue's nothing special, we just gotta get death out of the way here. So the differences with this game compared to Rondo of Blood. It's mostly pretty faithful to the original. There's just a couple little alterations, couple of additions. Obviously the graphical update, this being a PSP game. But we'll see more of these, more of the differences come along as we go along. Starting off, we get some Retrovania staples. When you're whipping in the air, normally there's a cooldown when you land, but if you do it at the right part in the air, you reduce the landing lag. So you can see there. All right, coming up here in this second room is the golems. They take like 7 hits to kill, so we don't want to do that. We're going to try and damage boost through them. It's a little bit random if it works. We want these fireballs, and we want to bounce to the right. Okay. Sometimes you get double hits like that. Sometimes they damage boost you backwards. We don't want the punch from them. Come on, buddy. Nope. Nah, that didn't work. Because he was he was too far back. That wasn't going to work. That got me. Come on. All right, that's better. Sometimes, if he's moving forward enough, he won't big toss you at the end, but ugh. Wow, these are bad.
Nope. Might want to just kill him.
Yeah, I better at this point. I have no sub-weapon now. That's not a big deal. We'll get an axe for the wyvern coming up.
Unfortunately, the golems can just be like this.
All right, which one of these has an axe now? It's this one. Now, we do want a whole bunch of hearts here because this is how Richter's multiplier works. Instead of collecting a 2 or a 3, it depends on the amount of hearts you have. You see, I had more than 20 there, which let me have 2 sub-weapons on screen at once. But when I got below 20, I could only have 1 on screen, so that slowed that fight down a bit. And I want to burn all my hearts at the end to reduce the score tally. That is a Norb. All right, stage 2, we are actually going to play twice. First to unlock Maria, and then we're going to play as Maria and go into the different path. First, we got to get through these birds and skeletons. You could fit in a donation here.
You got it. We have $200 from Reaper Corps. Wanted to make sure to donate during some Castlevania action. Dedicating this to Cupcakes, aka Alma, who is battling cancer for a second bout. She's determined to beat it again, and I know she will. Let's put this one towards that bonus game bonanza. Keep up the good work, gamers of the world.
All right, so this long hallway, it's just, you know, you gotta jump over zombies. We could deal with these peeping eyes pretty easily because we can reverse our attack direction in the air. Like, this was one of the first Castlevanias that really gave you a lot of freedom of movement.
Yeah, especially when you play Maria.
Oh, yeah.
Maria's almost a Metroidvania character.
Yeah, she breaks a lot of the retro conventions. She can slide, she can roll, she can double jump, she walks really fast. She's got a built-in super attack, which is basically her stand. So over there, we got the key, which we need to get Maria. This is the one point I'm gonna backflip cancel, and I actually canceled too early. If you're familiar with Rondo of Blood, you know the main movement tech is to backflip and cancel it with a whip swing. The physics are a little different, so that quite doesn't work. And thankfully, also in this version, we can skip cutscenes, and saving works differently. Once we go, right when we collect Maria, we save, so we don't have to beat the stage in order to use her. So here's her Dan Hibiki rolls. Sliding versus rolling, I prefer to roll. I think they're about the same speed-wise, but you have a lot more versatility with the roll. You can, you know, it's a shorter duration, so you jump out of it. You can jump out of it faster. And when it comes to going off of a ledge, when you slide off a ledge, you commit to it. So if it's over a pit, you die. But a roll, you can actually double jump out of it, which we'll see later on. Skip the cutscene, please. So yeah, this is also the first example of the alternate paths in the game. We fall down this pit. It's not instant death. Instead, it's a whole nother area. And this will lead us to a different boss. Nice merman hit. Wow.
That guy's playing a video game.
I better get the safety food over here.
Rondo experimented with this a lot, where some of the pits aren't actually death, they just take you to other areas.
So the bone golem here has 3 forms. First up here, which this is why I want to collect the health, because if he does the fire breath, we're going to take it. We're going to take the hit. This flying form, just a couple of Satoryus. The final form is this lump on the ground. Oop. You can tell that was a missed Guardian Fist. Should someone be donating for the amount of missed Guardian Fists?
Maybe.
Yeah. Purple Lord this time. The thing with Guardian Fist is it has a fighting game input. If we're going with numpad notation, that's a 8-2-3-6, or up, down, down, forward, forward. So it's and it's not always the most reliable thing to happen. This mini boss is free.
Yep. You don't have to wait for them to just slowly fall down like in the original version.
Okay, so down here is one of the other maidens, Terra. Another thing that this version added, you see those red bone walls. When you rescue Terra, you get the ability to break those. And that'll come into play later for when we rescue Annette. This is a very, very quick stage if you go down here to fight Dogether. Don't quite have the hearts for a safety Satoryu. We'll make do. Oh God, I'm gonna die again. I saw that one coming, but it's okay.
Dogether can be rough. I feel like he's one of those bosses that you either kind of just get it or you don't.
Yeah. That was much better. You can see all the bosses, or most of the bosses, have these kind of desperation moves. They can never kill you outright. So you're always left with 1 HP. All right, coming up to stage 4 prime, this really shows the power of rolling versus sliding off ledges. There's a lot of them in this early part here. That wasn't even a roll. I think you could fit in a donation here.
Sure thing. We have $100 from Gerald. It's always an incredible experience to see so many people coming together and having fun while raising such incredible amounts of money for a good cause. Keep it up, everyone. You're all amazing.
All right, so right here is the blue toad skip. If I can set it up right. This is very tricky. You see how the bridge kind of like... I gotta kill this frog. How the bridge kind of falls with your weight. But if you Guardian Fist, it just kind of ignores Maria's weight a little bit. So if it's in the proper position, I better kill this one on the bottom then. It's about dead center. There we go. And that skips having to lure a blue toad over to a pedestal in order to drop part of the bridge. Normally, it's very, very slow. And that's Iris, who gives us the ability to break crystals. And the death warp there is intentional, because I feel it's a bit faster than just going back the way it came. This long hallway here, you could fit in a donation here.
Sure thing. We have $50 from Robert. I made sure to take some overtime so I could be sure to donate to this great cause. I lost my hero, my grandpa, who used to let me watch him slay demons and save princesses in video games, to cancer. Thank you for this fantastic event.
I was about to give a headphone user's warning there, because that part could be a little loud, but thankfully it really wasn't. Because the game likes to, you know, overlap a lot of sounds when the Fleamen dying. With Dullahan here, you can slide under his legs when he readies his icicle move. I was late on that one. Despite getting hit, that was pretty good. I'm pretty sure you couldn't slide under his legs in the original.
I don't think so, no.
But in the original, Guardian Fist actually hit more times. It actually hit 3 times as opposed to you could only get 2 in this game. So that's why I went with just hitting him with doves. Also because you have, you know, when you Guardian Fist, you commit to it. Doves, you have more control. You can actually throw them while walking and everything. Oop. Oop, boy. This is dicey. Over here, we got a bit of a gauntlet here. Rondo players are very jealous of how easy that boss fight is.
That's ridiculous, actually.
Nice kill on that. All right, getting grabbed by this portrait is instant kill, but we don't have to worry about that because I nailed it. All right, here there are going to be a bunch of flea riders. Birds are jerks. Flea men are jerks. Put them together, it's like the uber jerk. That guy's gonna get me. Okay. So coming up here is death. Gonna try and stock up on hearts, not for death himself, but for stage 6. We're gonna use a few Saryus on this first form. 3 would be enough to send him in the second form, and we don't want to use any more. Don't get hit by this move. If you do, he'll do it again, and he'll just waste time. All right, second form, if I connect the Guardian Fist the right time when he lands, I'll get a double hit here. Nice. Oop. There's a missed Guardian Fist. I'll take that trade.
That was a good fight, considering.
Pretty good, yep. All right. So stage 6. Oh, I keep on forgetting about that. Stage 6, we want, when we get to Shaft, we want 50 hearts total to use the Satoryu item crash. We have 29 right now. There will be 11 before entering the boss gauntlet, and then the giant bat will drop another 16. So that will put us, where we need. I actually have a surplus of hearts right now. That was a really good bat fight. For him to not, he didn't even complete his drill move yet. That was really nice. The bat's a bit of a crapshoot. He's a very good Medusa too, actually. Let's see, the mummy's pretty easy. If I could nail the Guardian Fist, there we go. The important thing with the hearts and that food that dropped there, the next boss doesn't start until those disappear. So we either had to collect them or just let them blink away, which is, the ladder's very, very slow. Okay, so here's Shaft. I'm just gonna mash triangle.
This is the part where you realize you're not collecting random orbs, they're actually Dragon Balls.
We just summoned Shenron. Come on.
Oh, that's weird.
These orbs are jerks. You don't want to chant for those orbs. This one you can chant for though. Thank you.
I believe in the original version, Shaft's orbs, the death rattle is like the only one that can actually kill you.
Yeah, those could, I guess they goofed and didn't put in the damage cap on that one, but they fixed it in here. So beginning here, there's just this big crumbling bridge. There's sometimes bats here. Richter has to deal with them a lot more than Maria. They're pretty rare for Maria. In fact, we got none at all. That's pretty good.
Nice.
It's pretty normal, in fact.
You just go so fast that they don't spawn in properly.
All right, stage 7 is we're gonna rescue Annette. We have to hit these switches, which are locked behind the abilities of the other maidens. We also need to hit this gear in order to get this key. And I missed the GF again. Uh-oh. Okay. Luckily, we could just rob the bird's nest, eat its eggs if we get hurt. There's a little clip through here that I just found the other day.
Nice.
All right, now up here is the other half of the puzzle. Just break this crystal. Get an invincibility jar that is completely useless. Now, you see the locked door there. If you're familiar with the original, you think, oh, and that's just in there. Now, if you were to go in there, there would be a succubus or something.
It's like basically Carmilla's second form, I think. She's in there.
It might be Laura, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
They kind of just wanted to get that extra barrier in there.
These big guys, if you don't get the Guardian Fist off, they're very scary. They have a big attack range. And they'll knock you really far away. Probably do half of Maria's health. Yeah, the one, that was weird. You can do that little shortcut there. The one disadvantage to Maria over Richter is that she has less health. All right. Now, because we rescued Annette, we get to fight Shaft's ghosts, which, if you played Rondo, you think, oh, he's always there. Well, in this version, he's only there if you rescue Annette. If you don't rescue Annette, she actually becomes the boss of this stage. She becomes a succubus. This boss fight's one that's really hurt by the change in screen size for the PSP. No infinites here.
No longer Marvel.
Yeah. So what we can do is when he's summoning one of these beasts, he doesn't get stunned temporarily. So that's where we could throw a Suzaku and try and get a couple hits in without him bouncing around. We could fit in a donation before Dracula.
We have $50 from Stishi. I feel like killed by a thrown dove would be a pretty lousy way to be remembered as a henchman. We have $25 from Nosferatu U2. What a week. Thanks and greetings from Belgium.
All right, I missed a. If your damage output is like perfect on this Dracula, you can 3-cycle him. I mean, 2-cycle him. 3 cycle is pretty much guaranteed. I love how quick his teleports are in this version. All right, so for the Cookie Monster, this is pretty easy. We just lay doves into him. All right, he's gonna fireball. It's not a biggie. Was one hit away too. This is not the end yet. Your reward for rescuing Annette as well is there is a brand spanking new third final form of Dracula after this long transformation sequence. And he brings us into the Shadow Realm. All right. This is the reason we want Suzaku here. During this Bloody Rain move, I can get 2 hits on him with Suzaku by casting them like just about, not quite at the peak of my jump, but just a little bit after, so that they'll stay active. Ooh, boy, that was scary. Okay, a couple more hits and he'll be down. Okay. Timing is when I collect the last orb. So that'll be a few seconds from now. And burn my hearts just because. Let's see if we could do a stylish catch here. Nope. Time. So what was that? That was
a good run.
That was, despite the deaths, that was pretty good, yeah. What was that, 23, 22? Yeah, that's not bad.
Child, it's power that always wins.
So, like I said, I ran this game all the way back in 2011. My SDA record goes all the way back to like 2009, 2008, something like that. So, it's cool to actually get to show this game off again. That's pretty much all I got. Thank you guys for watching, and stay tuned. Let's get that 3 million.
Let's hear it one more time for Satoryu with his amazing run of Castlevania. We're going to take a quick ad break, so don't go anywhere. We have $10.10 from Just Cat. Hope I'm not too late for the train. Here's to Katana Zero hard mode. Well, it looks like the train is still rolling. We are at about $3,300 out of $10,000 toward meeting that incentive. We have very little time to actually meet that incentive, so if you want to see that, please get those donations in. And we are going to kick things over to an interview with Blechy, so take it away.
Hey guys, this is Blechy. Well, fine Saturday morning to you all, or Saturday afternoon if you're elsewhere in the world. It's been a really nice morning so far. I am fortunate enough to be here with teddyras, who will be running Blasphemous coming up. So Teddy, Blasphemous, let's see. So I did some research on this game, so just start us off here. True or false, Blasphemous is the Dark Souls of Metroidvanias?
Yeah, I guess it's like Castlevania and Dark Souls combined pretty much.
Gotcha.
It's got all the Dark Souls elements like bonfires and flasks or whatever, souls too even.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think along with that would come a reputation for kind of a high risk of death in these types of games. Would you say that's the case with this game?
I think there was, but then like I made the run easier ever since submitting it. So just buff more and the bosses die faster. So.
Okay, so you say buff more. So kind of as you're going through the run, you're just looking to get stronger to eliminate that risk of death?
Nah, I kind of pile it all on at once near the beginning now. So yeah.
Gotcha. And did you do that in preparation for this marathon, or would you be doing that in record attempts as well?
It was just record attempts. I was like, hey, how can I make this go faster?
Yeah.
Why don't I just buff more and then save like a bunch of time, it turns out.
Gotcha. Very cool. And then the category is all bosses glitched. What kinds of glitches should we expect?
We're going to go flying upwards a lot.
I see. How exactly? I mean, I'm sure we'll see it with the run, but when you say flying upwards, is that like from an item or a spell, or just, I mean, I guess the glitches in general, like is it through a wall?
I have to go off a specific ledge, grab another ledge, and I'll just go flying.
I see. Cool. That sounds pretty crazy. So I looked into what other games you run. So I want to play a quick round of like a desert island video game. So if you were trapped on a desert island with one video game, and the two choices you had were Blasphemous and Pet the Pup at the Party, which would you pick?
I'll pet the pup 100%.
Yeah. I could see that.
The dogs, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so what is that game about? I had to ask you. I saw that on your list, and I just have to ask what that game's about.
You pet pups at a really bad party that takes place at like the most insane mansion of all time, apparently. It's just you'll like go into like bathroom, kitchen, bathroom. You're like, who designed this place?
Yeah, navigating through all these like party goers. It was a pretty hilarious little watch. I had to look into that.
It's that pizza guy, he's only a good party goer.
Oh yeah.
The dreaded guitar guy, though.
So you've also run Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro. To what extent would you say that you've kind of pushed those games?
Not at all. I'm pretty bad at those.
So
I'm trying to get better at DS3. I got to probably go back to grinding that when I get back.
Yeah.
Sekiro, I'm done with though. Like, it's way too like annoying.
Okay. And you just wanted. Go ahead.
No, it's not as hard as DS3. It's way more annoying because you got to do all these precise jumps and like there's someone who just we failed this. You have to load a save glitch in that game. So. It's just frustrating.
Did you know going in that you just wanted to kind of do a quick run, or did you think, oh, I could see going for the record in this game, and then as you played it, you were just like, nah, it's not for me?
I actually like routed this category, so
okay.
I was just like, hey, I want to keep finding stuff to make it faster and faster, and I was like, okay, I guess they have the record now. Whatever.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, so I mean, kind of unlike Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro, you do have the record in Blasphemous. So. What was it about this game that made you say, unlike those, that just made you want to push for the record?
It just kind of happened, honestly.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. So I think we had a few questions from Twitter for you. So first, from Mr. Shasta, we've got the question, Teddy, I know you're a fan of weird or bad video games. What's your favorite weird or bad video game to date?
If it has to be like weird and bad, I guess My Summer Car. Which, you know about that game, huh?
I don't. I love the name, My Summer Car. Did I get that right?
Yeah. It's the game where you build the car in Finland from like scratch. It's like pretty like simulator based, honestly, but it's also the most insane video game ever. Like the way you get the tires without having to like buy tires is it's in a house guarded by bees and like a ghost.
I see.
Which the rest of the game seems normal. It's just like, oh, you just build a car. It's like get a bolt every bolt and all that. And it's just like, oh, you gotta go get tires and bees or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of bees, from the next up we have from MCCN Freak is Teddy. How many bees?
Actually, we're running the bee-less category, so we're gonna have 0.
0 bees? I actually don't know what that means. I've never seen this game.
There's literally no bees. I don't know why you asked about bees.
Next up from the 42 Saros. Teddy, are you really enjoying such games or just being a masochist on the never-ending quest for finding the most cruel and most satisfying game? Good luck on the run.
I don't know. I don't think it's that hard.
Yeah. Really? So you don't think this game is that hard? Do you feel like as other people were to play this game, they would just think that it just feels like ridiculous?
Maybe. Like, the spikes are instant kills. I've gotten used to it pretty much. But, like, spikes are instant kills. Some of the bosses will take you a while. Like, I was playing the glitches category. I'd, like, die frequently to most of the bosses. Like, especially, like, Charred Visage or Exposito, whatever his name is, yeah.
Would you say you have a reputation for playing pretty, like, masochistic games?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Huh. What do you think it is that draws you to those instead of just, like, easier games like, I don't know, Pet the Pup at the Party?
They're just, like, fun. I find them challenging.
Yeah.
Just enjoyable.
Cool. Even on casual playthroughs as well?
Especially casual plays, like, mess around more, pretty much.
Gotcha. When you can think back to kind of what kinds of games you played as a kid, was it even the case back then when Teddy Jr. was playing games?
I don't think so. I mostly just like played a lot of like N64 games or whatever.
Yeah.
So. Unless you think like Pokemon Stadium Super Hard or something.
Yeah. Cool. So before we go on to the next run, I actually wanted to show off a really couple cool set of prizes here. We have a couple sets of chainmail, actually. So you just saw in Castlevania one common villain, or two common villains from the Castlevania series. The first being Slagra. So if you ever wanted to go into battle and wear the kind of sport your favorite Castlevania villain, check this out. It's Slagra chainmail. I'm holding it up right now, very lightweight. You can really kind of maneuver your sword and your shield while wearing this, I can confirm, while really kind of impressing your enemies and kind of own team alike. Very cool stuff, very lightweight, would be very cool for decorating. Yeah, very cool stuff. Not only Slagra, we also have his counterpart, Gaibon. Very fun stuff. So gorgeous. This is done by The Chain Nerd. And if you submit a minimum of $25 between now and the end of Clone Hero, then you can be eligible for this stuff. It's really cool stuff. It's very, very cool. Yeah, check it out. Very, very cool stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. Up next is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix HD. It was a bid war. I'm not sure just yet who wound up winning that bid war, but if you keep on watching, I think it might still be open actually. Yeah, so please donate for your favorite character for that game. It's gonna be fun stuff. But yeah, that's coming up right now. So check that out. Thank you so much, Teddy, for joining me. And he'll be running Blasphemous very soon in just a couple of runs. So take care, keep watching.
Thank you, Blechy, and thank you, Teddy, for that phenomenal interview. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Awesome Games Done Quick 2020. We are live, coming to you from Orlando, Florida, and raising money to benefit the Prevent Cancer Foundation. I am Iggy Zig, holding down the awesome block. We have an incredible run lineup for you next. It is going to be a critical mode level 1 run of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep Final Mix HD by my man Pestilist. He showed you on Thursday he could do whatever a spider can, but now he's going to be showing you all the power of friendship. And it looks we're ready to throw over to him, so good luck, Pestilist.